Ever get this feeling that things exist because of other things?
Like a cause and effect kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But like way deeper. And that's what we're diving into today. This idea called dependent arising. We're going deep with an ancient Buddhist text all about it.
Oh, you mean the Sutra on Dependent Arising? It's a classic.
That's the one. It's basically a roadmap to understanding how interconnected everything truly is, straight from the source, the Buddhist teachings.
And what's really cool about this text is where this teaching takes place.
Okay, so where are we? Set the scene for us.
Picture this. The realm of the 33 gods.
Wait, the what? 33 gods.
Yep. It's this incredible gathering with the Buddha himself, his disciples, and even these powerful deities like Brahma and Indra.
Wow, the A-list of the divine world. But hold on. If these beings are already considered deities, why are they so interested in more wisdom? It's not like they have a test to cram for.
Well, that's the beauty of seeking understanding. It's never ending, even for gods. The text emphasizes their desire to increase their merit.
Merit. Is that like divine reward points or something?
Not exactly. It's about aligning yourself with positive energy, doing actions that benefit all beings, and ultimately that helps you progress on the path to enlightenment.
So it's more about understanding than just like accumulating power.
Exactly. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of the universe, which in turn propels you forward on your path.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. It's about leveling up your understanding, which then generates positive energy.
Right.
This is fascinating. So in this cosmic conference of enlightenment, who steps up to the mic and asks the Buddha the big question?
That would be Avalokiteshvara, a bodhisattva often connected with boundless compassion. He's usually depicted with many arms.
Many arms.
Yeah, symbolizing the ability to help tons of beings at once. He's not just there for himself. He's representing everyone, asking this question on behalf of all of us.
That's comforting. So he's like our ambassador to the divine realm. So what's the million-dollar question that has everyone intrigued?
Avalokiteshvara wants to know how to gain the most merit by building a stupa.
A stupa. Some people might not know what that is. Could you explain?
Sure. Imagine a dome-shaped structure. Sometimes they hold relics. They're meant to represent the Buddha's mind or, enlightened presence. You find them all over the Buddhist world.
So it's more than just a building. It represents something way bigger.
Exactly. Avalokiteshvara is basically asking for a masterclass in creating something deeply meaningful, something with a lasting positive impact.
So he's asking, how can we build something that really matters?
That's a powerful question. I can't wait to hear the Buddha's response. So we've got this big, important question, a room full of deities hanging on the Buddha's every word. What's he do? Launch into a lecture, break out some PowerPoint slides.
You might be surprised. The Buddha lays it out super simply with just one incredibly powerful verse.
Really, just one verse. That's all it takes.
It's all about this idea of dependent arising, or dependent origination, as it's sometimes called. Basically, it means everything exists because of something else. Nothing just pops up out of nowhere. Okay, at first glance, that sounds kind of obvious, like, yeah, things don't just appear out of thin air. What's so profound about that?
Well, it's deeper than just simple cause and effect. It's like, this happened because that happened, sure, but it's way bigger. Think of it like everything being woven together in this massive web of interdependence. Your actions, your thoughts, even stuff we think of as totally solid and unchanging, it's all part of this giant interconnected dance.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. So how does building a stupa fit into all of this?
It's not just about going through the motions of building,
Right.
It's about all the little things that come together to make it happen, the intention, the understanding, everything that goes into creating it. It's about that whole web of causes and conditions.
Right. Because everything is connected.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. The sutra says that really getting this whole dependent arising thing is like seeing the Dharmakaya.
Dharmakaya. Wait, that sounds familiar, but remind me, what's that again?
It's basically like the ultimate truth of reality, beyond how we normally see and understand things, the essence of the Buddha's awakened mind, the realization that everything is empty and interconnected.
So if I'm understanding this right, if we can really grasp this idea of dependent arising, if we really get how interconnected everything is, we gain the same deep insight as the Buddha. For real.
That's what this sutra is pointing to. Understanding this isn't just an intellectual exercise. It can totally change how we see ourselves and the world around us.
Whoa, that's
Right.
heavy stuff. Okay, so how does this profound truth, this Dharmakaya, connect back to that question about building a stupa?
Here's how the Buddha puts it. Placing even the shortest version of this verse inside a stupa, no matter how small, creates an incredible amount of merit.
So it's not just about the act of physically building something. It's the understanding that makes it so powerful.
Think of the verse as a kind of energetic booster. By putting it in the stupa, you're connecting it to this deep truth. And that boosts its positive energy, helping people connect with that truth.
It's like infusing the stupa with meaning,
Mm.
making it more than just a building, right?
Exactly.
So we're talking about some pretty big concepts here. Divine realms, ultimate truths. But how does this actually play out in the real world? For those of us who aren't hanging out with deities in our day-to-day lives.
It's about making a conscious effort to see the interconnectedness in everything.
So like instead of getting frustrated when I'm stuck in traffic,
Exactly. Like instead of thinking, ugh, traffic, you can try to see the chain reaction that led to it.
so like maybe there was an accident and that was because of rain and that messed everything up.
Right. And maybe that rain was totally unexpected, but it's all connected. It's not about ignoring how you feel, but seeing how it fits into the bigger picture.
I can see how that could really shift your perspective. Less road rage, more cosmic understanding.
Exactly.
But I have to admit, it seems a lot easier to see those connections with, like external events, like
Right.
traffic. What about like internal stuff? Can dependent arising help us understand our thoughts and emotions better?
Totally. Our thoughts, feelings, even our sense of self, they all come from somewhere, right? Experiences, environment, even just our physical sensations in the moment, it all plays a role in how we experience the world, how we experience ourselves.
So if I'm feeling grumpy, it's not just because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Right. Maybe you didn't sleep well. Maybe you're stressed about work. Maybe that stress comes from a million different places. It's all connected.
And the more we understand those connections, the less we get caught up in thinking things are permanent, unchanging.
Exactly. It helps us let go of rigid ideas about ourselves, about others, about how we think things should be.
It's like that saying, you can't step in the same river twice. Everything is always flowing and changing.
Yes. It's a constant flow of causes and conditions.
Wow.
And think about this. If understanding dependent arising is like seeing the truth of reality,
The Dharmakaya.
right, the Dharmakaya, if understanding that helps us see that ultimate truth, then what does that mean for us? What if, by understanding this interconnectedness, we actually participate in how reality unfolds?
Wow. That's a pretty amazing thought. It's like we become part of something so much bigger than ourselves.
It's a lot to ponder, isn't it?
It really is. This one seemingly simple idea, this dependent arising, has given us so much to think about. It really shows how these ancient teachings are still so relevant today.
Absolutely. They offer timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the ups and downs of life and connect with something much greater than ourselves.
A cosmic perspective on everyday life. That's what we're all about. This has been an incredible deep dive. I'm definitely going to be pondering these ideas for a long time, and I hope you will too. Thanks for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of dependent arising. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.